All right, thank you guys. Leipzig takes on Hertha in a 12:30 p.m. Eastern start time. Leipzig's the $2.75 favorite, totals 3.5, juice to the under. And if you like Hertha in an upset, they're plus $7 for some money line cash. Big price point there. Now I'm 3-1 in my last 4 extra daily pick tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And that's a website where I basically sell sports pick subscriptions beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. I'm also 3-1 in my last 4 Underdog tier package plays on that website as well. Link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, Hertha is currently in 10th place in the 18-team Bundesliga, putting them in the bottom half of the bunch with regard to the standings. They're just 9-11 on the season with 7 draws. They also scored just 39 total goals on the season while giving up 48 on the defensive side of things. Their 34 total points on the season puts them 20 points behind their opponents, RB Leipzig. And speaking of Leipzig, they haven't lost a match in their last 9 outings themselves, with 7 of those matches ending in shutouts for the other team. Leipzig's only given up 27 total goals this season, which ranks first in the entire Bundesliga. They're also currently third in the standings with 54 total points. They're only 3 points behind second place Dortmund. Now, total-wise, 4 out of Leipzig's last 5 stayed under the total of 3.5 goals. 7 out of their last 9 also stayed under that number. Might not be a horrible spot for underbettors here. Give me RB Leipzig winning this one outright for some pricey moneyline cash. Might want to include that one in a moneyline parlay. I also want to lean toward the under 3.5 in that contest. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for Wednesday's German Bundesliga soccer action. But before we dive into some more of that, I just have to quickly remind you once again that I'm 3-1 in my last 4 extra daily pick tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And that's a website where I sell really great sports pick subscriptions beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. There's also a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. Man, that thing is really it's cranking them out today. Huh?
And I'm out of it.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, I forgot where I was at. But anyway, I think I was selling memberships. But it's only $1.99 through the end of the month. You'll get 1 sports pick every single day with the daily best play. I'm hitting at 7-4 my last 11 picks in that category. I strongly recommend you consider using the website for sports picks. They're my personal plays, games that I personally have action on as our printer. That thing's going to start smoking here pretty soon. All right, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And we're going to slide into our next matchup. It is going to be Augsburg taking on Paderborn, 2:30 p.m. Eastern start time. Augsburg's the $1.05 favorite, totals 2.5, juice to the over. The draw is currently plus 250, and if you like Paderborn in an upset, they're plus 280 on the money line. Now, Paderborn hasn't won a match in their last 8 straight, and they've scored just 6 goals in their last 7 matches as well. Their 4-17 record with 6 draws is good for last place in the 18-team Bundesliga. They currently have just 18 points on the season as well. And just for reference, their 18 points on the year is 43 points behind first place Bayern Munchen, who has 61. Now, Augsburg, on the other side, is coming fresh off a very impressive 3-0 shutout victory over Schalke 04. And when it comes to the total, 3 out of their last 4 matches got over the total of 2.5 goals. 12 out of their last 16 also got over that number. Now, Paderborn, on the other side, saw 3 out of their last 6 get over that number themselves. So with all that in mind, give me Augsburg minus 105, getting the job done on the money line, and the over 2.5 in that contest. Next matchup, it is going to be Fortuna Dusseldorf taking on Schalke 04 in a 2:30 p.m. Eastern start time. Fortuna's the plus money favorite at plus $1.60. The tie is +3. The draw is +230. And if you like Schalke in the slight upset, they're plus $1.70 for some money line cash. The total's also 2.5 juice to the under. Now Schalke hasn't won a game in their last 8 straight, and that includes a non-league contest as well. They're coming fresh off an embarrassing 3-0 shutout loss to Augsburg, along with being shut out 4-0 to Dortmund in their match before that. Now, Schalke scored just 5 total goals in their last 11 matches, really struggling offensively. They're averaging just 1.2 goals per match and ranks 14th in Bundesliga in total goals scored. They're taking on a Fortuna squad who's lost just 1 out of their last 6 matches, including an impressive 2-0 victory over Freiburg during that span. They also played Cologne to a 2-2 tie in their last outing. They actually led 2-0 going into the 85th minute in that contest. That was a wild one. But anyway, scoring-wise, 2 out of Fortuna's last 3 stayed under the total of 2.5 goals. 4 out of their last 6 also stayed under the 2.5. Now, 2 out of Schalke's last 4 stayed under the 2.5 themselves. So this might not be a terrible spot for underbettors here. Give me Fortuna Dusseldorf plus $1.60 and the under 2.5 in that contest. Next match, Hoffenheim taking on FC Cologne in a 2:30 p.m. Eastern kickoff. Hoffenheim's the plus money favorite at plus 145. Total's 3.5 juice to the under. Now, the draw is currently plus 270, and if you like Cologne in an upset, they're plus $1.70 for some money line cash. Now, Cologne's coming fresh off a 2-2 tie with Fortuna. I was just talking about that a second ago, but they did have a miraculous come-from-behind effort starting in the 85th minute to play that one to a draw. They were down 2-0 going into the 85th minute before they were able to punch in a goal during regulation, and then another one in extra time to tie that one up. Great moral victory for them. But anyway, Cologne's lost just 1 out of their last 6, including 2 shutout victories during that span. They take on a Hoffenheim squad who hasn't won a game in their last 8. Matter of fact, Hoffenheim's averaged just 0.7 goals per game on average in their last 7 outings. Now, total-wise, Hoffenheim's last 3 straight stayed under the total of 3.5 goals. 5 out of their last 7 also stayed under that number. Meanwhile, on the other side, 3 out of Cologne's last 5 stayed under the 3.5 as well. Give me the underdogs, FC Cologne plus $1.70, and the under 3.5 in that spot. All right, next and final matchup for the show, it is going to be Union Berlin squaring off against Mainz 05 in a 2:30 p.m. Eastern kickoff. Berlin's the plus money favorite at plus $1.30. The draw is plus 245, and the total's 2.5 juice to the over. If you like Mainz in this contest here, they're plus 205 for some money line cash. But despite being at the bottom of the barrel with regard to the standings, Mainz has lost just 2 out of their last 7 matches, including a solid 2-0 shutout victory over SC Paderborn during that stretch. They also beat Hertha 3-1 and held Schalke scoreless in a 0-0 draw. They're taking on a Berlin team who's on a 4-match losing streak and has been victorious in just 1 out of their last 7. Matter of fact, Berlin was shut out in their last 2 straight games and has scored just 4 goals in their last 5 outings. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Berlin's last 3 got over the total of 2.5 goals. 6 out of their last 7 also got over that number. Meanwhile, on the Mainz side of things, their last 2 straight got over that number themselves. 7 out of their last 10 also got over the 2.5. So with all that said and done, give me another underdog in this matchup here. I'll take Mainz plus 205, getting the job done for some lucrative plus money cash, and the over 2.5 in that contest. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage. And if you are interested in signing up, just keep in mind that we will bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. I create content for Patreon. The Patreon website, they control the billing and the payments. So it's just the way they have to, the way they have it set up. You get billed the day you sign up, and then the first of every month following that. Just wanted to give you a heads up about that. But anyway, guys, Thank you for tuning in. I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content and all this great free information. Happy Tuesday or Wednesday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you, and I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.